because I think where food, when you really enjoy meals, or where those two things come together perfectly. So I think our audience knows I used to be a personal chef. It's a crazy long story. I'm not going to get into it here. But one of the things I always said to people was, make sure you have a drink. Make sure you have lots of drinks. I go, because the food always tastes better when you have a lot of drinks. So it was my catchphrase, but honestly, I meant it because you're lowering your inhibitions, you're enjoying it, you're enjoying the moment more, which elevates the cuisine on every level. So talk about how those two things came together.
You know, when explaining things, especially to cooks or people in the kitchen or people outside, you know, like your audience here, I employ a couple of tools to help people understand quickly. Usually one of those two tools is either music or sports.
Okay.
So we're
two things we could talk about.
Shared office here with 680 The Fan.
Let's do it.
So it only makes sense to make the sports connection. When you have two people that are good at creating and creating from their mind, you know, I created this, thought of it,
sure,
spit it out, and now here it is. It works in a tandem kind of way, like you said, but Ashish can work completely separately from me, and I can work completely separately from him. I'll create a menu and he'll create a menu, and now we just work to connect the dots.
Got it.
He has beautiful, distinct flavors, and so do I at the same time, and you only find natural synergy from that. So it's a bit like, how much practice does it really take for like a receiving core, a great receiving core, to match a great quarterback?
Yeah.
I'd like to think that, you know, it doesn't take very long.
Yeah.
You guys are great at your skill sets, and the quarterback has identified that. I've got somebody at #1 slot. This guy's fast. He's going to take the top off the defense. My tight end's going to hang around the middle of the field for me for when I get in trouble. My running back's going to spill out. He's going to be there for me. And I've got a slot guy who's always going to be open. And I've got a second wide receiver
short,
who's
medium
lengthy and tall.
Field. We're talking
so that's
levels.
how we work to match the food with the cocktails, you know.
Love it.
It's almost a no-brainer. You know, you've got beef bourguignon on the menu. Of course, I've implemented with the sauce is going to have a heavy amount of red wine. So it makes it really quick and easy. Okay, take away all the cocktails and all the other wines. Show me all the reds. Now we're going to pick something that either contrast with the bourguignon, something super heavy and tannic structure to draw away from all the fat that we've put on the dish, or it's going to be something really delicate and light, you know, and it just kind of whittles down your choices quite quickly about what goes with what. What did you lay out, Ashish? Okay, our answer is here. Our answer is here.
Love it. Love it. I think it's a good point. And talk a little bit about, because now let's give some information to listeners. Like, let's forget about marketing for a little while. So in your home kitchen, right, what does salt go with? You mentioned the fats. These are really cool conversations, because you could start talking about how whiskeys pair. You could talk about sparkling waters pair. I mean, there's so many pairings, but there's got to be some core principles about what kind of things go together.